Master your career, the power of daily intentions. All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're a young professional trying to figure out how to stand out, how to level up, and really take absolute ownership of your career trajectory, you're in exactly the right place today. We're putting on our coaching hats and unpacking a truly career-defining framework. We're going to look at some incredibly potent advice derived from none other than media giant Oprah Winfrey, breaking down how the simple power of daily intentions can fundamentally rewire your path to success. Let's kick things off with this powerful realization. There's a bigger dream waiting for you, just waiting for you to step into it. Stop for a second and really absorb those words. You know, so often, especially early in our careers, we play it incredibly safe. We shrink ourselves down just to fit the bullet points on our job descriptions, keeping our heads down and doing what's asked. But as Oprah urges us here, you have to stop playing small. There is a bigger vision for your life and your career, and it's quite literally just waiting for you to have the audacity to step into it. Which brings us to the most important question you'll face today, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Are you driving your career, or are you just along for the ride? You got to ask yourself this tough question right now, because simply hoping for success without a structured, intentional plan, yeah, that's a losing game. Merely showing up to the office and crossing your fingers that someone notices your hard work is being a passenger. We need you in the driver's seat. Section 1. Master your own territory.
To actually take the wheel, you first need to understand the boundaries of where you actually have power in the workplace. Oprah uses a brilliant, kind of unexpected analogy to explain this. She points to the Wizard of Oz, specifically when the Wicked Witch of the West is basically told to go away because she has, quote, no power here. As the quote says, you get no credit messing in somebody else's territory. As a young professional, it is so easy to fall into the trap of office politics, getting jealous of a colleague's promotion, or hyperfixating on someone else's career path. But let me tell you, focusing on somebody else's territory is a complete and total waste of your vital energy. You get absolutely zero credit for it.
Here's the bottom line. You are the master of your own fate. Take care of your territory. If you simply manage your own patch of grass and stop wishing for someone else's, endless, wondrous possibilities are going to open up for you. You get to be the captain of your own soul in the workplace. That means taking absolute ownership of your specific deliverables, upskilling on your own time, and bringing actual solutions to your manager instead of just complaining about problems. Tune out the office gossip, let go of the resentment about who got the corner office, and just own your space. Moving on to Section 2, the power of intention.
So how do you actually manage your territory effectively and make those wondrous possibilities a reality? You have to understand intention. It's the driving force of cause and effect, the pre-thought that determines your final professional outcome. Now, I know that sounds a bit like corporate buzzword bingo, but this is a foundational law. Based on Gary Zukav's influential 1989 book, The Seat of the Soul, which Oprah actually credits for changing her entire worldview, intention is always one with the law of karma, meaning before you even do a thing, your underlying intention for doing it is going to determine the final outcome. What you put out is exactly what's coming back to your career.
Let's look at a comparison to make it crystal clear. On the left, acting for optics, like walking down the aisle just to be seen. On the right, acting with intent, showing up to offer value and serve. Imagine your typical Monday morning corporate status meeting. We all know that one person who chimes in purely for the optics, right? Throwing around a lot of buzzwords just so the boss notices them. Their intention is pure ego. Contrast that with someone who speaks up with the genuine intent to unclog a bottleneck or support a struggling teammate. Even if they use the exact same words, the energy is completely different. The way it's received is different, and ultimately their career trajectory is going to be completely different. Let's build on that with Section 3. Set your daily intentions. We're going to turn this deep philosophical concept into a highly actionable daily professional practice. Look at Oprah's massive TV pivot. Once she truly grasped this power of cause and effect, she completely audited her professional output. She radically changed her wildly successful daytime show. She literally called in her producers and declared she would no longer platform damaging fights or give airtime to hate groups like the KKK. She committed strictly to what she called intentional television. She realized that if she wanted to be an uplifting force in the world, her daily, micro-professional actions had to reflect that exact intent. And here's the best part. You can adapt her exact pre-show routine for your desk today. Before every single client call, project kickoff, or team meeting, run through this mental checklist. Step 1. Ask, what is my intention here? Like, am I just trying to prove I'm right, or am I trying to actually find a solution? Step 2. Ask, how do I want to serve the client or the team right now?
And step 3, align your action to uplift, enlighten, or encourage. Imagine pitching a new project to your boss, not from a place of desperation for a promotion, but from a genuine intention to increase the company's efficiency. I promise you, it changes everything.
Now it requires immense discipline, but this is the ultimate boundary line. If it doesn't fulfill the mission, then you cannot do it. If a task, an email thread, or a side project doesn't fulfill your overarching mission and your clear intention, you just can't do it. By rigorously applying this filter to your daily tasks, you guarantee that every single move you make drives your career forward with true, undeniable purpose. You stop doing busy work and you start doing legacy work.
All right, section 4, navigating your career setbacks.
Let's keep it very real here. Setting high-minded intentions doesn't mean you won't face immense friction. In fact, you'll probably face a lot of it. Look at this timeline. Phase 1, leaving her show. Phase 2, the OWN network struggle. Phase 3, partnering with Tyler Perry. Phase 4, launching scripted TV. Listen, even media billionaires are not immune to failure. After triumphantly leaving her daytime show, Oprah dreamed of starting her own network. But that second phase, it was a massive, unexpected struggle. She admitted she honestly didn't know what she was doing at first. She assumed her massive audience would just follow her, but she didn't realize they literally didn't have the right cable packages to access the OWN network. It was a huge, glaring roadblock.
Think about the last time you made a mistake at work. As young professionals, our biggest fear is usually what? A typo in a company-wide email, or maybe sending a Slack message to the wrong channel. And we get the luxury of sulking over that in private. Oprah, she was navigating mistakes while the world was watching. She had to figure out a massive network failure while it literally scrolled across the CNN news ticker for everyone to judge. The pressure was absolutely unimaginable.
So how do you bounce back when you've hit a concrete wall? She rebounded using a strategic playbook you can absolutely copy today. Rebounding with allies. First, you have to refuse to hold on to what used to be. No living in regret, you have to face the new reality. Second, lean on your supporters and industry allies. She had peers who stood by her during the rough patch. And third, collaborate with hyper-efficient partners. She brought in her friend Tyler Perry, who knew how to produce incredible content faster and more efficiently than anyone in Hollywood. Together, they launched her scripted television slate against all odds.
During this incredibly dark professional period, she was constantly told she couldn't do it, that she didn't have the money to pivot, but she held on to her new dream. She found guidance in Proverbs, leaning on this quote, "Those who trust in their riches will fall, but the righteous will rise and thrive like a green leaf." It proved to her, and it proves to us, that if you stay righteous to your core intentions through the tough, embarrassing times, you will eventually rise and thrive.
Which brings us to our final section, lean into the dream.
We've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about mastering your territory, wielding intention as a daily tactical tool, and rebounding from very public failures. Now, to truly step into your potential, you need to instantly shift the way you see yourself and the power from which you have come. We get so caught up in rigidly plotting this 10-year step-by-step career plan that we try to just brute force into existence. But you have to realize how wondrous and capable you actually are. Stop white-knuckling your career. Lean into the glorious possibilities that divine intelligence or the universe, or however you view that higher creative force, has already set up for you. You are built for far more than just middle management.
And I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question to ponder as you step back into your workplace today. What are you blocking because you have this idea of who you're supposed to be? Seriously, what opportunities are you pushing against, and what massive potential are you actively stifling simply because you have a rigid, limited idea of who you're supposed to be? Let go of those limitations, set your daily intentions, master your territory, and watch your career absolutely take off. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and own your path.